Hello, let's look a little bit at the usual control options for some sliders in the brush palette. On control options, you can usually choose between off, fade, and some stylus options. Off means that no control, it's going to override the main setting. So that setting, it will have the same effect over the whole stroke. Fade means that you can fade the effect of the option by specifying the number of steps. Steps meaning the number of tip shape. One is the first shape of the stroke, and 2 is the second shape of the stroke, and so on. So if let's say we are working on the opacity slider and we choose 10 steps and we have the opacity to 0, the opacity slider, that means that the first 10 shapes of the stroke are going to have an opacity rising from 0 to 100, so in increments of 10%. The last one, it's controlling using stylus options. Depending on the main options and your pen, you will be able to choose from the pen properties. Now let's quickly review some options for the pen tablet, especially for the most popular, that it's Intuos 3. For that you have a default pen, the one that comes with your tablet, and some optional pens that you have to buy separately. The default pen is called grip pen, and it can read pressure, that meaning how hard you press, and it can read also tilt, that meaning the angle of the pen on the tablet. The grip pen has also two buttons that you can use for keystrokes or modifiers, and also it has a pressure sensitive eraser. Another option is the art pen. Sometimes this is called 6D pen. This pen, it can read pressure, tilt, and rotation. The rotation of the pen in your hand. The art pen does not have any buttons. You can also buy the Airbrush pen. This is pressure and tilt sensitive like the grip pen, but provides a finger wheel. The classic pen is smaller in diameter than the grip pen and without the cushioned grip. This pen is classic in both shape and functionality. It has a 2-button dual switch and a pressure sensitive eraser also. The inking pen includes both a standard nib and an inking tip that writes in black ink. It is useful for signing documents while capturing digital signature data, or for tracing and creating line art while drawing on paper. Other optional accessories are two kinds of overlay sheet. One that is standard and one that is transparent. The nibs are the pen heads, the actual part that of the pen that touches the surface. You can choose between standard nibs that are made out of polyacetal, or felt nibs that have an increased friction for somehow like a pencil on paper feel. The stroke nibs are made for a brush-like feel. Let's look a little bit at the options for your Wacom table in the driver menu. First of all, there is going to be the selected Wacom table. I have just one. Then are going to be the tools and application. In application, you can set specific options for any application and so on. In the tool options, there are going to be the functions, the 4 buttons on your left and the 4 buttons on your right of the tablet. You can choose whatever modifier, keystroke you want for that, or you can put scroll zoom on the touch strip on the touch strip. For the left one and for the right one. In the touch strip you can put scroll, zoom or keystroke or so on. You can also build a pop-up menu if you want for your pen or mouse. In the pen options, for all the pens you are going to be presented with the options for tilt sensitivity and tip fill. You also have a small area where you can preview your pressure. If you have an eraser or buttons, you can choose any keystroke modifier for those buttons and eraser. You also have the eraser pressure preview area. Then you for all the pens you have the mapping options. You can choose between landscape, portrait, or you can choose the mode pen or mouse. For the screen area you can choose a portion of your screen area, or you can choose monitor 1, monitor 2 if you have more than one monitor on your computer. Then you can map for that screen area a tablet area, or you can just click on force proportions and your active area on the table is gonna have the same proportion as the screen. On the art pen you only have the tilt sensitivity and tip fill because you don't have any eraser or buttons, and airbrush you can choose keystroke modifiers and so on for its button, and you can preview the eraser. Hope this helped a little. In the next episode we are going to try and build some brushes from scratch. Thank you.